Hi everybody, Axel here, also known as X-Face, and here he is in his little house, snug as a bug. It's like 1 millimeter on that side and 2 millimeters on this side. I thought I'd make a quick little video talking about this miniature that I finally finished painting, and came out pretty cool. I'm pretty pleased. Now it's time to send him back to his owner in England, Requiem82 on Instagram. Yeah, had a lot of fun painting this miniature, and Requiem's version of this miniature, which is Covenant from the Inquisitor game. Jess Goodwin, who did this sculpt, which is amazing. Usually he holds his big ass sword in both hands, but Requiem had an idea of having a more open pose like this, where he has his pistol drawn and his sword down by the side like this. And when I saw Requiem posting like a work in progress picture more than a year ago, instantly I was like, whoa. That is so cool, because I love this sculpt, right? And just the new take on an old sculpt like this really drew me in. And jokingly he was like, yeah, paint it for me, because he has like so many miniatures, so many conversions, and he just doesn't have time, doesn't get around to painting a lot of them. And I was like super down. So he sent it to me, and yeah, sadly it took me a long time, because I have other things in life that makes my hobby time very scarce right now. So yeah, and this was a lot of evenings, like sitting maybe half an hour here, 1 hour there, not getting any proper sessions in, chipping away at this guy and finally finishing him. And when I put him together, put him on the base from all the sub assemblies and stuff, I was quite pleased. It gives me the right feeling for being in maybe the underhive somewhere with very toxic environment, and wanted to show that in the painting somehow. So before I started painting, I had a chat with Requiem if he had any wishes, any thoughts about the painting, and he was like really just giving me free hands, letting me do whatever I wanted. Though we did talk about some background, like where is he, what's been going on and stuff like that. So the Inquisitor game got released, I think it's like 20 years ago or something, and it would be fun to see. Maybe he's gotten a bit older, maybe he hasn't had the time to take care of his gear, his equipment, and if he's down on a long mission, maybe in the Underhive or something, how would that look? How would that scene look? So I tried to give him a bit of a beard stub. I wanted him to still have the black hair, but maybe it's getting a bit grayish, in a couple of places. I had a really hard time painting the hair, but whatever. It's I think it came out fine in the end. Also, I had a flip through the old Inquisitor rulebook with all the cool artworks and stuff like that for inspiration. There's not a lot of artworks. I think there's like one on Covenant, but there's snippets of other things, like for instance the Psy cannon, his little shoulder mounted cannon there. I didn't really know how to paint that, and I didn't want to do the Grey Knights thing, but then there's a sketch or something in the old rulebook, I think it's John Blanche, where it's kind of beige like this, and some inscriptions and stuff. Didn't do the inscriptions, but went with the gray, the beige, and I think it looks cool. Yeah, gave it a bit of a glow thing there, orange, which I think complements quite nicely. So for his coat, it's quite well worn, and I used Max Fallet's article in White Dwarf I think it's from November 2016 or something. It's quite old now, but really good article about doing weather things like this. And I didn't follow the exact recipe because I think in that guide you really get a feeling like you could do it with pretty much any colors you want. Just follow the steps, and I think it gives this weathered, like well-worn feel to cloth and stuff, and I really dig it. So I use it quite a lot. It takes some time, but I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just taking the time. And yeah, I went a bit overboard on the knees maybe, but at the same time it looks kind of cool with the light hitting it like that. Yeah, and I did the same thing for the gloves, but I wanted the gloves to be like a really thick leathery material, and so they are very dark. All the bronze elements on this figure are obviously affected by verdigris, and I just love that look. It just pops, and I think it works very well, giving it that well-worn old feel. So yeah, the big book. Every Inquisitor needs a big book, right? All the sacred text and stuff. I didn't really know how to go about it, so I painted it once, I didn't like it, and then I saw this old like family Bible in my dad's house, which was this kind of light brown tone, and I looked at it, where it had gotten some damage, and how the colors were working, and I tried that, and took some time, but I think it looks pretty cool. It doesn't look like it took a lot of time, but it did. No, but I like it. So yeah, so this base with the cool rat, the little rat dude who has a big gash on his side, and some bling. Requiem told me like he did this base like I think he said like 10 years ago or something, which is crazy. I really like it. So I try to make it very Underhive-esque, very toxic. I've been reading the Eisenhorn books finally, and every time the author talks about the environment in the Underhives, it's like very toxic and very dirty. It's like not a place you want to hang out, and I try to make that come across. So yeah, I wouldn't want to walk around in this place. And yeah, and oh, I made him a little house. Because I need to send him, right? So I'm a big fan of Nikki Grillet and the Grillet boxes she's doing. So I just wanted to try that out. I didn't have a lot of time to do this, which I think shows, but it doesn't really matter because it looks very dark and dingy, and it fits well, quite well at least, with the base. Yeah, and the same tones. I think it needs a bit of matte varnish or something before I send it, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So now he has his little box. This is a tea box from a tea store in Stockholm. I don't think it's there anymore, sadly, but so when he gets his package, he's gonna be like, what? He just sent me tea? What is this? What is this? Oh my god. Whatever. Silly. But yeah, it was really fun to try to make a Grillet box, and I definitely want to try that out and try to do more. And I think it's cool to have a little presentation like this. Just puts him in the environment, extension of the base almost, if you'd like to say. And Requiem can use it if he wants to. If he wants to throw it out, he can do that, because I made it in just a couple of hours. But I think it will be a cool way to send them off. Since when I did this, I've gotten a bunch of other boxes, so we'll see if I'll get around to do more boxes, more grillet boxes. So yeah, that's it. Take care, everybody.